With International Building Expo slated for August 24 to 27 here at the Guyana National Stadium, Minister of Housing and Water, the Honorable Collin Croal, gave us an update here at the stadium to tell us a little bit about the preparations, how it's going and what can be expected from this Expo. Here is more from Minister Croal.
So we have here represented a number of the corporate sponsors for our program, as well as members of the media. If you look around here, you'll see a buzz of activities taking place, construction happening, both in terms of our houses, in terms of the preparation of the booths, and in terms of the various areas for where the corporate as well as many of the sponsors are on board. So where are we in the overall planning and where are we with the overall execution? In terms of occupancy, we have over 70% of the booths have been allocated. And when I say allocated in this sense, I mean payment has been done for it. I mean commitment. All right? So we have over 70% of the booths have been allocated. There are some slots available in the two main auditoriums. You know, that is the two large tents. Not on the aisles are all gone, but there are some spaces in the various spaces allocated. Now, I want to urge persons, this is their last effort to get on board. Guyanese has this thing of being last minute, but you'll realize in what we do now that we know how an expo is run, you'll see things happening ahead of time. And that is why we're having this engagement today too, to keep you abreast as to what is happening, and to members of the public too, who want to still come on board. So we have a number of areas identified. I just spoke to you about the main auditorium. There are two, 1 and 2. Then we also have what is called the Executive Avenue, right here to my right. Believe it or not, all of the booths on the Executive Avenue, that has all been sold. Those are those spaces that you see where persons have their individual booths, and it's air conditioned. And we have also taken into consideration the complaint that was made the last time about our main auditorium. So both auditoriums will be air conditioned. And so for the exhibitors who are going to be in there all afternoon and into the evening, you will be happy to hear that, and to persons, the patrons who are visiting, will be happy to know that. Then we also have further to the north of the facility, you saw some construction, laying of materials happening there. We are now complete, and that is our equipment zone. We have done a lot of work in preparing that area, and that, like last year, so last year there's a building just here that we built as part of the expo preparation. In between the stadium here, persons normally come here to the tarmac for exercising purpose, recreational, even so it's like a bicycle facility or a shed. That's our corporate responsibility last year in terms of preparing and handing that over to the stadium, Guyana National Stadium. This year you have that area that we have. Last year we filled some sand, but it was still too low. This year we have put in additional loom, and we have rolled it. So we can't put, a lot of persons have been asking for us to put what is called crusher on, or a thin layer of hard stuff. We can't, because under the layout or the design for the National Stadium, that area has been assigned for beach volleyball and some of the sandy type of sports, recreational sports, under the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. So I gave the commitment to the minister that we are not going to put any brick there, but we have rolled it with a heavy roller, and so it should be okay, because when the equipment all are in, you'll start seeing them after tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last match for the West Indies India. So after tomorrow, the equipment zone, you'll see a lot of activities taking place there, and we will have a platform that persons can walk on in case rain falls. We also have the new development zone. This is something we've added. And many of you here today are part of that new engagement and that new exciting zone. We did have a meeting with potential persons for that zone. And what is the intention of that zone? Is that once you walk through the developmental zone, one must be able to have an appreciation of what is happening and the role that you play in transforming our country. So it's not just about governmentally we saying how the country is being transformed, but by your role, by you showing what you do, you will understand that you are part or you are a player in this whole macro program of a new Guyana per se, that sees all across our country a number of infrastructure works taking place in a large way, as well as to bring development, to bring betterment for our people. And even if you're talking about a bridge, that obviously is to help in terms of the time consumption we spend on the roadway. And so even now, I'll give you an example. Last year, when we were preparing for this expo, every time you have to come to visit this stadium, we had to discount about 2 hours, just 1 hour to get here and 1 hour to get back to the office. Now that is not really a challenge because we have the other access road that one can use. And so that is part of what we talk about when we talk about transformation, change, and development. And I'm not even talking about the 4-lane, which will come on to being soon. So that new development zone, there are a lot of slots still available, and I want to make that plea to persons. We also have some to cater for you to bring your family. So you have the children's zone, obviously, and that is to the further south, as well the food court. The food court is within that proximity. We have our houses that you will see, that is some that we kept back because the National Stadium had asked us to utilize for security and when they have other activities. So we are redoing some of the houses. So, and in addition to that, you will see a design that we will be using for the new Silica City. So one of our model houses that is under construction. So you have our young professionals, you have our low-income houses, you have what is called moderate middle, the 3-bedroom houses. Again, this gives an appreciation to potential homeowners to come. You have a walkthrough, you have a feel of what the house is inside, the size of the house. And of course, our sponsors such as Unicomer, etc., will be able to, they have taken on the role of providing sponsorship in the house of the furnishing. So they will see and propose an adequate size recommended furnishing, even with wall divider, etc. So you'll have one who can be able to know what these are the houses that once they are interested in terms of the government's housing program, which, by the way, you will hear more because, as I said earlier in another forum, we are going to be concentrating a lot on building houses. And that is why we're working closely with other developers. During the Building Expo, we will make an announcement of another company that will be building similar type houses at even slightly larger, in fact, in terms of square footage, at the similar price, not more, at the similar price as is being offered by us where we're building now. And a lot of persons are asking that they would like to get on board in terms to be able to benefit from one of those houses. We have, for example, GBTI, a platinum sponsor for our Building Expo. They too have a promotion, but GBTI will tell you they have pre-qualified a lot of persons we have sent for those houses. The complaint will be that you're pre-qualified but you're still waiting. Reality, we have allocated about 2,100 houses since we've gotten into office. 2,100 may not sound like a large number, but go to Cummings Lodge, where you see 400 plus houses there. Go to LBI, where you see 300 plus houses. for which some have started. Go to Prospect, where you see our young professional houses have been built. In Providence, that is complete, that area is finished. Go to Berbice at Hampshire or to Fort Ordinance, where you see those low-income houses. Go to Region 3, where we have now a number of low-income houses under construction. And you'll understand the scale, what the 2,100 houses mean. Having said that, the president has charged us to do more. And if you know our president, even if it's a formal engagement, he'll find a way on the side to give you work. So even at the dinner last Friday night, I think, we were given some additional task of being able to build some more houses, and we have to respond. So the banking sector, I'm sure, will be happy about this. We have had challenges about contractors building, though, by the way, that is what I was dealing with at the office just coming here, prior to coming here. Because we are encouraging contractors to build. But the point I want to bring out in all of that, I have been challenging persons, the cost of the houses. Try building the houses yourself, individually, and you tell me what cost you can build them at. And you'll recognize that those houses have remained consistent because His Excellency has been very clear for us to ensure that we must not increase the prices, despite you may have seen increase in the construction of materials in the international market. We have remained consistent. And so that is why you have a lot of those requests now of persons wanting the houses. But that's a challenge, and we're responding to that. We have to find more areas, more land areas for these construction, and you'll see much more as time goes by. Silica City, I had to answer this morning why we haven't started, in fact, the actual construction, because we have cleared the land. But you know, housing is such, you can spend all day, I can take the media in front of and talk to them all day on what we are doing in housing. That is the amount of work that is taking place. Last night, for example, I got a call, somebody reminding me what happened to Bartica. We had committed we'll start some houses in Bartica. So after the Expo, you'll see where our direction will go. But that's part of our mandate, because you have a government that is working hard. You have a president, no matter how busy. This morning, I happened to attend a meeting at the conference center, and when I'm walking in, there were the bank representative for the bank, some of the banks coming out from an engagement. Why? Because every day you have a president who has been looking and engaging different sectors. Now, housing alone, you saw what happened with the poultry sector, of how we can engage different sectoral leaders in helping and passing on the benefits to our consumers. The GT&T is on board, as well as ENET. GT&T is one of our gold sponsors, but platinum sponsor. ENET is our platinum sponsor. And so one will be able to have an opportunity here at this Expo to explore new technologies too. That will be beneficial for you. We have enough security companies that are here, so it's not just about the physical building of what you have to do. But at the end of the day, we want, and I'm sure this will be hundreds of thousands passing through, we want every person who comes here from the 24th to the 27th to the minimum, that they leave here enlightened. That is all we want. Leave here enlightened, as well as networking. Those are the two main take-homes that I'm looking for. Why do I want networking? Because it allows you have different persons on the market who are offering products or services that will be beneficial to you when you're ready to make that decision, when you get your land, or whether it is for enhancement of your own home that you're building now. Because you may have heard, members of the media may have heard, we have also been writing letters to persons in those schemes that we see where construction has not taken place, where people have not built, because we want to encourage home ownership. And one of the take home from last year, you recall His Excellency, when we were here the 22nd of July last year, was the announcement of the steel and cement program. To date, we have over 700 plus persons who have been approved on this initiative. What that means, this is to help persons to start, to give them that impetus of doing their foundation, and then they can add on that. And this is what happens as a government when we make and you try to provide program, or you provide initiatives so that persons can latch onto them so that they can all benefit. And this is across the board. Everything I've spoken about this afternoon, you've heard, it is for every sector of our society. And every person who has a different level of income. Go there to where our model houses will be at the housing zone, and you'll have an appreciation from the smallest man to the person who may be earning a certain bracket above. We have design houses that are catered for, and the banks have been responding to this, because that is how you've seen over the years, recognizing the thousands of potential clients that will come into the market as a result of government's housing program. The banks have been responding to, obviously in their own parameters of easing the lending rates, and that is certainly we must show an appreciation for all of that. And so on Thursday the 24th, the gates will all be wide open for our launching right here, right behind me in fact, and so it will go all the way to the other end. However, somewhere around by 8, from 8, then we will start with the gates, because they'll take a small fee, and this is more for administrative and management and security and whatever else for the facility, and that's from 8 o'clock on the Thursday the 24th. The other days, the gates are all open from 11, the adults 500, children under 12 free. And so, because we want to encourage persons to come, maximize your period here. I am guaranteeing you will not be able to complete visiting all the booths in one afternoon. I'm guaranteeing you that. With the exhibitors we have here, as well as the products and services that will be offered to consumers, you will want to end up spending a lot of time of different booths that are of your interest, because it will also showcase different type of construction materials, new type of construction design, so that you can have construction being done in the fastest way. And so I'll say for the opening of the expo of another announcement of a different type of block, a company that is coming here that will be offering a different type of block design, but the way how they do it, it will be of, well, actually it's more of a hurricane proof, and we don't have hurricane here per se, and so you'll understand the difference. And so this is what we look forward to for Building Expo for you. I'm sure you will have a lot of take home. Please, we want all the booths to be opened on time at 11 o'clock from the Friday to the Sunday. We'll also have another zone behind the main auditorium that is to provide, and the program will be published. Similarly, to provide one, the corporate sponsors, if you would like to have a session, a public session. So you'll have that space, and of course they'll schedule it. And secondly, we'll have relevant topics being presented in the construction sector. So we are working on finalizing that. We'll publish those, and of course those will be done live, so persons who are not here will be able to listen. And so this is what we want at the end of the day, and I'm sure we will have a very successful International Building Expo. I'll tell you how much recognized is this expo. Last week, the time flies so by, last week we were there, right? So last week, on an official assignment, I had the opportunity to visit a construction company and their warehousing as well as their plant. But that company received 3 invitations to participate and attend this expo. And these were invitations not from locals. One I can say is actually from the Chamber of Commerce section of the US Embassy. So you'll understand how much for the international community, they have been encouraging maybe companies that are registered or relevant companies that are registered through their different embassies to come on board and to visit and to participate and to have that opportunity to interact to the Guyanese population.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Revati Mahandio from GBTI. We'll be having a booth at the Building Expo. As usual, we have our housing program, our housing campaign that we've already launched, and it will be running from now until the Building Expo. Usual housing loans, low rates, low equity. We finance building, construction, renovating. If you want to switch your loan from another bank to us, we also do that. If you want to improve your living standards, we also provide financing at low interest rates for those purposes. So we ask you to visit our website, learn more about what we have to offer. As a big giveaway at the end of the campaign, we're going to give away a brand new Toyota Race SUV to one lucky winner. So I encourage everyone to visit us, come into the bank. We have various branches. Learn how you can apply and how you can be part of the exciting promotion. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I represent my company. It's Block On. It's a partnership between an American company and a local company here in Guyana with extensive experience in construction. We recognize that in Guyana there's a huge demand for housing, and the way to do that, actually a great way to do that at scale and keeping costs down, is through technology. So with our patented blocks, we'll be able to build huge numbers of homes at scale, at high quality, and keeping the cost down. It's really set to transform the housing sector in Guyana. Our partner company, they have fantastic housing programs all throughout Central America. So they're the largest builder of homes in Central America, and they're able to churn out really an impressive scale of hundreds of homes per month. And we hope to, with a major investment here in Guyana, a block to manufacture our patented blocks just for this, to be able to duplicate those efforts here in Guyana and really transform the housing industry here. It's called Block On. It's a result of a partnership between New Century International, which is a company based in the United States, and South Atlantic Construction here in Guyana. So it's a majority Guyanese owned company with our international technology and international expertise. We're bringing that here to drive transformation in the housing sector here.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Johnny Pinell, representative of Machine Tech Guyana. We were tasked here at the Building Expo to build some unique designs here, and we became corporate sponsors, and we're very, very excited to be part of this, to see where all this goes. We've been in Guyana for 5 years, and we've watched Guyana transfer tremendously in the 5 years we've been here, and I can't wait to see what the next 5 years holds.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am Yolanda Leach, the representative from Unicomer. Unicomer, as you may know, is the home of Ashley Furniture, Quartz, and Quartz Optical. However, we're using this wonderful opportunity as we are platinum sponsor to launch our very first Quartz Business Solution Department in Guyana. Quartz Business Solution Department is geared towards bridging the gap between our corporate customers and Unicomer. We would have quite a number of opportunities and promotion in store for you, where you can find out more about the solutions we will be offering to the business community.
Hi, my name is Vikash Puran. I'm the marketing manager at Puran Brothers Disposal Inc. We're very excited to be part of Building Expo 2023. We're here at the new Guyana Development Zone, and hopefully there you will not only get a glimpse of Guyana's future, but also Puran Brothers' future. In terms of building, we do a number of services, including ready-mix concrete, dumpster rentals, skip bin rentals, portable toilets, all of which are essential for when you're building your house. So we're very excited to be part of this expo, and hopefully you can come and join us and get to learn more about us and how we can help you in your building journey.